Have you ever delayed starting something because you felt you weren't ready yet? Or maybe you wanted to launch a project, post a video, write an article, or even send a simple message, but you kept hesitating, thinking it wasn't good enough yet. If that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. Most of us are haunted by a silent enemy called perfectionism. At first glance, perfectionism seems like a good thing. It looks like care, ambition, and high standards. But when you dig deeper, you realize it's actually one of the biggest killers of growth, creativity, and success. In this talk, I want to explore how perfectionism slowly takes away our opportunities, lead us to procrastinate, blocks our learning, and ironically makes us rush at the end and produce worse results than if we had just started early and imperfectly. We all have an image in our minds, the perfect version of ourselves, that version who always knows what to say, does everything right, never makes mistakes, and impresses everyone. The problem? That version doesn't exist. We are chasing a fantasy, a shiny illusion called perfection. Perfectionism is born out of fear, fear of being judged, fear of failing, fear of making mistakes, or even fear of success. And when fear takes over, the brain tries to protect us by whispering, if I don't start, I can't fail. So we wait, we plan, we prepare endlessly for that perfect moment that never comes. But here is the truth, we will never be 100% ready. No one ever is. Every journey starts from a place of not being ready. That's how growth works. Opportunities in life usually show up quietly, a random idea, a message from someone, a chance to start something new. But the perfectionist mind says, wait, let me get everything perfect first. And by the time everything is perfect, the opportunity is gone. A lot of people think procrastination is their biggest problem, that they are lazy or unmotivated. But often the real reason behind procrastination is perfectionism. Because when you are afraid to do something imperfectly, you'd rather not to do it at all. And every time you avoid doing something because it's not ready, you are losing a chance to grow. Imagine someone who wants to start an online business. They say, I'll launch once my logo looks great, the website is perfect, the plan is flawless. Months go by, they are still preparing. Meanwhile, someone else launches a simple website, learns from their mistakes, and keeps improving. Who do you think grows faster? The one who acts, not the one who waits. Opportunities don't wait for perfection. They pass by quietly, and only those who are willing to act imperfectly get to ride them. Here is a fascinating truth. Procrastination is often a disguised form of perfectionism. You think you are just being lazy or distracted, but deep down, you are scared. Scared that your work won't be good enough. Scared that people will laugh or criticize or ignore it. So your brain finds a smart excuse. Not today. I'll do it tomorrow when I feel more ready. But tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year, and the idea dies inside your head before it's even born. That's how perfectionism and procrastination work together, like patterns in crime. You keep convincing yourself that you are waiting for the right time, when in reality, you are just stuck in fear. Real growth doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. No one ever became great by planning perfectly. They got there by trying, failing, learning, and improving. But perfectionism kills that natural process. When you are waiting for everything to be flawless, you are robbing yourself of the best teacher in the world experience. Learning only happens when you act. Think about how babies learn to walk. They fall, they cry, they get up. If a baby waited until they could walk perfectly without falling, they'd never take a single step. We are no different. Our falling might not be physical anymore, but it is still part of the process. Every time you avoid doing something because you are not sure it will be perfect, you are denying yourself the experience that would make you better. Perfectionism creates people who think about doing great things but never leave them. Now, let's look at what happens when time finally runs out. You have delayed starting for so long that now the deadline is staring you in the face. You have no choice but to rush through the work. The result? Stress, anxiety, half hearted work, and usually an outcome far below what you were capable of producing. It's ironic. The perfectionist who wanted high quality ends up creating lower quality work because of all the delay and pressure. Then comes the self blame. See, I knew I wasn't good enough, but the problem wasn't your skill. It was the unrealistic expectation that your first try had to be perfect. This creates a painful loop. Fear, delay, stress, poor result, self blame, more fear, and the cycle continues endlessly. Many people believe perfectionism helps them grow, but that's an illusion. Perfectionism is the opposite of growth. Growth means getting better, not being flawless. It's about progress, not perfection. Perfectionism says, I'll act when I'm perfect. Growth says, I'll act now and get better as I go. Even nature evolves slowly. Trees don't grow overnight. Caterpillars must go through the ugly state of the cocoon before becoming butterflies. So, why do we expect our personal growth to skip the messy parts? True evolution is gradual and imperfect. Perfectionism, on the other hand, is static. It demands an impossible state of flawlessness, and in doing so, freezes your growth. It's really important to separate quality from perfectionism. Quality is about doing your best with what you have, while accepting that nothing is ever completely flawless. Perfectionism is about refusing to start until everything is flawless. A person who values quality says, I'll do my best with the time and tools I have. A perfectionist says, if it's not the best, I won't even start. One of them grows, the other stays stuck. One learns from mistakes, the other fears them. Now the big question, how do we escape this mental trap? There is no magic formula, but here are a few powerful steps that actually work. 1. Accept that imperfection is part of life. Nobody's perfect. Every artist, writer, entrepreneur, they all mess up. Being imperfect doesn't mean you are failing, it means you are human. 2. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Don't obsess over the end result. Tell yourself, Today, I'll just spend 10 minutes on it. No pressure. When you focus on the process, the product naturally improves. 3. Create your bad first draft. The first version of anything will suck, and that's okay. There's even a rule for it. The first draft is supposed to be bad. You can't you can't edit a blank page. 4. Learn to enjoy mistakes. Mistakes are feedback. Every error shows you something new. Successful people aren't those who never fail. They are the ones who fail faster and learn quicker. 5. Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday. Looking at others just feeds your perfectionism. Look at your own progress instead. Ask, am I a bit better than I was last week? 6. Give yourself permission to do it imperfectly. Just do it, even if it's messy, awkward, or incomplete, because, as the saying goes, done is better than perfect. Life isn't supposed to be flawless, it's supposed to be lived with all its messiness, mistakes, and surprises. Perfectionism looks like love for excellence, but deep down it's fear of life's uncertainty. If you have been postponing something because you feel not ready yet, this is your sign. Now is the time. Start, even if it's ugly, even if it's messy, even if you have no idea what you are doing, because growth doesn't come from getting it right, it comes from doing it anyway. No masterpiece was born perfect. Every great success started as a rough, imperfect attempt, and no person has ever truly matured without failure. Perfectionism is the enemy of evolution because evolution means continuous movement toward better versions of ourselves, not waiting for a mythical state of flawlessness. Perfection Perfection isn't the goal. Becoming better, one imperfect step at a time, that's the goal. If I had to sum it all up in one sentence, it would be this: perfectionism is refusing to begin because you want to be the best. Growth is beginning anyway and becoming better in the process.